Hey everybody, it's Red, and welcome back to Shining Song Starnova. Right then, last we left off, I hate this. This is stupid. Part of me wants to click this just to see if my paranoid fucking ass is right, but the other part of me says that this sounds like the more logical answer, and so far, the decisions the game has given me have never been complicated. They've never tried to trick me. They've always been pretty obvious, you know? I don't remember what Aki's was. Mika's was, shake her, convince her that she wasn't being who she really was. And Nemu, I think, was like, look into it rather than, I think brush it off or something like that. So it's like, it feels like the obvious answer is always the obvious answer, you know? Like, so I'm gonna assume it's this. Watch me be wrong this time. Well-timed music. Shit, I couldn't just give up. The girls put their lives on the line for the sake of Starnova. I had to do the same. But I don't think there's anything I could really do here. I was a small-time producer up against the most powerful item producer in the business. There was no choice. I had to do this. I drew my... No. It was my obligation. I started as producer. Kamisha-san! I went to him and dropped to my knees. Drop your pants. I know what must be done. I'm begging you. Please don't take away the girl's time slot. They gave up everything to become idols. If our next album doesn't sell better, then the unit really will be disbanded. And not only that, but the bank will foreclose on Natsuki's farm, and our whole family will become destitute. Our lives are really on the line here, so I beg of you, please give us back our episode, please! I planted my nose into the ground, my face burning with shame. Well, this was not what I expected. Tears welled up in my eyes and my body shook. Fuck. Groveling at the very asshole who took away our television appearance was the very opposite of what I wanted to do. I wanted to sock that scumbag in the face. But I had responsibilities. I had to do this for Natsuki and the others. The girls had cast away their dignities to become idols. I had to do the same if I wanted to Starnova to survive. Kaoru, Pisa-san, what are you doing? Come on, you bow to Natsuki. Please, I'm begging you. Huh. Yeah, okay. Well, Pisa-san. I suppose I could permit something. What do you figure, Saito-san? I could still cut the original footage into a 5-minute blurb about Starnova. Certainly the remaining 15 minutes of airtime for Quasar would be sufficient, wouldn't it? Very well. That is acceptable to me. Thank you very much. Uh-oh. Natsuki confronted me angrily the moment we stepped out of the television station. What the hell was that for? You had absolutely no reason to press your nose against the floor like that, begging that scumbag for his pity. It was supposed to be our airtime in the first place, before he showed up out of nowhere and snatched it up. It's obvious the villain's here, so why was it you kneeling on the floor for forgiveness? Ellipses. Sorry, Natsuki. But this is just how the business is. Idols are expected to put their self-dignity aside to make it big in the business. Unless they do the same, there's no way Starnova would ever get popular. You see, this doesn't really I don't understand anything you're saying. Natsuki, I did it for you. I couldn't just do nothing and let your folks' farm be taken away. It was the only way we could have gotten a part of our television appearance back. Ellipses. Sorry, Kaoru-kun. I don't get what you're saying. I'm headed home. I don't feel so good. Wow. Don't feel so good, okay. Natsuki. But she ignored me and walked away, her head down. It was only natural. She was disappointed in how weak I was. I'm honestly going to be shocked if what I thought to be the persistent choice actually turned out to not be what I thought it was. Okay. And so far, unless it's going to throw me for a loop, that's what I'm getting. A few days later, what was supposed to be our episode aired on television. Our 5-minute-long sequence hardly had any impact compared to Quasar's well-produced sequence for their drama appearance. The girls looked thoroughly demoralized after the broadcast. A collective sigh. Sorry, everyone. As a former Quasar member, I feel pretty dirty inside right now. No, this is hardly Nesama's fault. That guy here was Quasar. How could they just take away our episode like this? Especially when Natan's farm was in the line. Are things gonna be alright? Are we really gonna be disbanded? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Mika fell off the sofa and faced the floor in defeat. Yeah, that's what this feels like. Anyways, has anyone seen Natan around today? No. It's obvious she's not feeling well considering what happened. It is still concerning how she failed to report to work. Perhaps it would be best to produce on paid her wellness visit. Yeah, Natan needs your help right now. Go see her. Alright. Well. So when she said I'm headed home, she meant it literally. When I arrived at Natsuki's place, I found the door unlocked. As soon as I entered, I knew something was wrong. The whole place was emptied out, like nobody lived here at all. I looked around in confusion and found a letter left on the kitchen counter. With trembling hands, I read it. Dear Kaoru-kun, by the time you read this letter, I will have already left the city. I'm sorry to break it to you like this, but this is my letter of resignation from the unit. After a great deal of thought, I've decided this is for the best. When I first came to the city, it was because I simply wanted to meet my #1 idol, Nishiyama Kaoru. One thing happened after another after that, and I became the center of an idol unit myself. I decided I would try my best to cheer everyone on as an idol, and then come back home with my head held up high with pride. However, I've come to realize that my being here will only cause further shame to Kaoru-kun and the others. I never wish to be a burden, or for you to embarrass yourself like you did when our television broadcast was cut for my sake. At this rate, I'll never be able to live with myself if you suffered anymore because of me. Even though it's difficult for me to write this after having finally gotten together with you, I believe the time for us to part ways has come. I'll move to somewhere the rent is cheap and find a good paying manual labor job to help my folks pay off the rest of their debt. Goodbye, Kaoru-kun, and thank you for everything you've done for my sake. Your idol, Tanabe Natsuki. My tears hit the paper as I finished reading it. No. This wasn't how I wanted everything to end. How could she just leave like this? We could have still made it somehow together. She didn't leave for my sake. Natsuki! Bad end. You have failed to protect your girls. It can't end like this. Well, fuck. I had to get one eventually. Okay, now we're back. It just pops you right back. Come on. Okay, nothing more to accomplish here. So I was actually fucking right and didn't listen to myself. God damn it. I've become, my own self-doubt has become so ingrained, and it just, lessons. We're learning lessons here today. Stay in school, kids, and do drugs. I mean, wait, what? Or, I know I just fucking don't listen to me. How about that? Fuck. Much as I hated to admit it is out of options. I tried the other one already and I ended it in a bad alternate timeline. More talk wasn't gonna accomplish anything. Instead, I was gonna have to speak with my fists. Here's looking at you, evil Shields. And just smacks him in the face. I mean, Shields punched himself in the... Never mind. More talk wasn't going to accomplish anything. Most likely Golden Calf had already paid whatever bribe the execs upstairs wanted for Quasar to be featured instead of the Starnova girls. In other words, this is already a done deal. With an exasperated sigh, I turned around and left the office. Oh boy. Come on, Natsuki. This has already been decided. Okay. As soon as I left the television station, I pounded face first into a telephone pole. No, I pounded my fist into a telephone pole. And immediately started to swear because, oh my fucking god, I split my knuckles open. Shit. God fucking, split. Just when things seemed to be turning around, this had to happen. Considering how much more money and fame Quasar had over Starnova, there was no way we'd ever gotten our episode back. But it was still so unfair. Natsuki and the others had worked so hard to make that episode happen. For it to be snatched away at the last second like this. And it's such a terrible time. At this rate, some music really was going to fire us. Just as I was about to start screaming in rage, I felt Natsuki's arms around me. Oh. All this happened because of me. No, it happened because Kamejo's a piece of shit and executives are corrupt. Haha! Her words calmed me back down. I couldn't lose my temper here. You already punched the telephone pole, you nut! Despite everything. Or else Natsuki was going to worry. She already is, dipshit. Taking some deep breaths, I regained my calm. No, it wasn't your fault. That prick Kamejo stole our time slot away. Besides, this isn't about just your farm anymore. All the girls are going to be affected by this development. Anyways, let's not make a scene here. Who knows who might be watching. Let's go back to the office. The only way we can deal with something like this is to think it over together. Okay. The girls looked down in dejection when we delivered the bad news. No way. So in the end, Golden Calf bribed the people at the television station to feature the Quasar girls instead of us? Shut up. I mean, most likely. We don't have concrete proof of that, but it's the most logical assumption. Or it's a logical assumption. The other one is that they weren't necessarily bribed so much as they were like, ooh, the much bigger name. Let's just fucking screw over the little people because who cares about them, right? That's equally as likely, you know, in all honesty. Fuck. That's like corporation. Can we stop them with a lawsuit or something? I wish. Considering Golden Calf's power in this business, that'd be like signing your own death warrant. Yeah, and just think of the legal fees. Sorry, guys. As a former member of Quasar, I feel incredibly dirty right now. Producer's right in that there's something that can be done about this. But without the television appearance, we really have nothing. Starnova's really in trouble, you know? The girls closed their eyes. Having come to this point, defeat seemed not just a possibility, but a near inevitability. Sorry, everyone. We tried our best. But maybe this wasn't meant to be. Of course, I'll still work at the very last minute to turn the situation around, but given the current numbers, Starnova might not be around for much longer, huh? Ellipses. The girls went down to their shoes. For their lip. Sorry, everyone. Maybe if any of y'all had been the center, things might have turned out better. We've seen what's happened in other realities where they've become centers. You were stalked. Aki's route still horrified me. God, that was dark. Like, Jesus. Maybe we would have gotten popular. We would have made lots of money. I mean, that did happen. But at what cost? At first, anyway. Maybe we wouldn't be sitting here all embarrassed by how everything turned out. But you know what? We didn't accomplish anything groundbreaking, but we still did honest work. It's not much. It's honest work. We were proper idols through and through. We didn't cheat and lie and stir up no trouble just for the sake of attention. I think, even if Starnova were to end here, Natan can go home with her head held high. And I can tell everyone, I did it. I was a real idol. As long as I can do that, I can live with everything else. Ellipses. Hi. Natan's got a point. Besides, a granny like me has no place being an idol. Stop fuck. I can't wait until all this is over and I can finally move on to jobs more fitting my image. Sorry, girls, but I think it's about time I graduated from being an idol. Guess it is what it is. Hey, producer, when Starnova's over, you'll finally give Aki-chan her solo debut, won't you? I'll work real hard this time to become a top idol. Honestly, Starnova was just a stepping stone for me. A stepping stone, that's all. You're a stepping stone, Aki, as small as you. My real objective here was my big solo idol career. So I'm not disappointed at all things turned out this way. In fact, this is pretty exciting news for me. I can't believe this shit, Lolly. Obviously, if anyone's gonna have a successful solo career, it's gonna be me. Lately, I've been thinking of becoming a fashion model instead of an idol. Even if Starnova gets disbanded, I'm gonna try and make it big one way or another. In truth, due to various family circumstances, I was thinking of winding down my activities as well. It was a fun time, but my name has got other plans for the future now. Oh no, we have a sad salami. Everyone's talking like everything's been decided. It's too sad just giving up like this. What about all the fans who've supported us until now? Spoken true like the Lamb of Starnova, huh? So such on, all idols just banned sooner or later. We had a pretty good run given the circumstances. Sniffu. The road ahead looks dark and full of peril. But I'll do my best too, regardless of what happens. There you go, Mika. Everyone, even though our idol unit wasn't as successful as we had hoped, that doesn't mean this is the end. No matter what happens, let's leave the fans with nothing but our smiles. Ellipses. Oh, fuck off! A few weeks later, Soma Music contacted us, informing us of their decision to terminate our contract. By then, it was already a foregone conclusion. Our album sales had slumped, and we had trouble filling our lives with even just one showing a week. And so, Starnova's graduation date was decided. Even though it was an unfortunate turn of events, I had to stay strong for the girls. They were the ones hurting the most because of all of this. Even though producers like me could always find more idols and try again with a new unit, once an idol graduated, they had to move on to other forms of work. No doubt this was a far scarier time for the girls of Starnova than myself.